hotline bling, he can only mean one thing. I know when a hotline bling, it can only mean one thing. Alright, today is the 8th of April, it's 10:30 right now, and I am back at Westway. Yesterday I had a climbing session with my group at the Castle Climbing Wall. We're in preparation to go Jamaica, very excited. Tons of people became competent rope climbers, meaning they passed the rope assessment, which is amazing, which means I don't have to supervise a bunch of climbers. You can only legally supervise 2 climbers per 1 competent climber. So now that more people have the rope assessment, it means I can be more free. So today, what's the plan? Again, start off fingerboarding, get the fingers warm. I cycled here, so my fingers and my body is kind of warm, I'll be honest with you, but like, I kind of want to do a good kind of fingerboard session today, just to warm them up properly. I am going to tackle a couple problems with the auto belay. Again, I don't have a partner. I need to get someone to belay for me so I can actually start doing some lead climbing whilst I'm here. And then afterwards, I'm going to finish it off with the power board session because, you know, keep our finger strength up. I did some moonboarding yesterday, which you would have seen if I released a video, which will come out today. And I think I'm going to release both videos today because I want to do these as daily vlogs, and so you aware of what the journey is instead of it just being, yeah, like you're seeing yesterday's journey. You know what I mean? I just want it to be daily vlogs. All right, cool. Let's get started. Any big life updates? I kind of said this yesterday, but I didn't finish what I was saying. And yep. So, kind of big life update. I am no longer working with the North Face. Yeah, boy, I said it. I'm no longer working with them. It's not because I don't want to, they just didn't renegotiate my contract, and so we didn't come to a contract agreement. It's cool, it happens. Brands come, brands go. It's just the nature of life. Do you know, one thing, the most important thing is that, like, even before the brand, you're still a lit person, so never think that the brand just makes you lit. You are lit regardless. But I'm really excited to see what the next couple months look like, and what's happening, what the future holds. So yeah, let's go. All right, fingerboarding. 2, 3, 4, 5. Fingerboarding. I was watching a video with Will Bosey yesterday on the Letters channel, and he was saying he don't really fingerboard Max Handler like that because that fingerboarding really wrecks his fingers. I was like, oh right, this is like one of the strongest guys. Do you know another thing he said in the video? He don't do any strength training. He said, like, to the lead up to the Olympics, he did some like a little bit of strength training because he was like focusing on like lead climbing, sport climbing, and speed climbing. But like in general, he does barely any gym work or cardio. I'm like, wow. Here's me lifting, doing squats with 100 kg on my back, and one of the strongest climbers doesn't do any of that. Yeah, but he's been climbing for a long time, so maybe he's developed this like super freakish finger strength where like his fingers are like strong. Clearly they're strong. He's a V17 climber, but I'm like, no gym. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I think for me, I'm focused on being an overall athlete in any occasion. Like, I'm also a dad too, so like I want to make sure that I can keep sharp, keep on my toes, keep agile for my young boy. And so like gym has always been part of like my training, regardless if I'm doing climbing. Like, I've always had the gym as like a supplement to my climbing. So Yeah, to say no gym training at all, no strength training at all, just completely climbing. Yeah, I like climbing, but I don't think I like it that much. Crazy, crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fingers feel good. Woo! I really should make some friends. So if I can make some friends, then I would be able to get somebody to lead with me. Yeah, boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The life of a climber, mate. I have a big meeting today. I've got a meeting with one of these brands about a project I'm working on that's outside of Jamaica. We've been talking for a few years about this project. It's a project which I'm really excited about. It will require me doing some lead climbing somewhere in Africa. I'm like, yes, let's do that. My biggest thing about climbing is trying to make it more broad in its audience. Like, I want black people, if I'm putting plainly, I mean, I want black people to be like, yo, this is something that we should be doing. And if you look at Africa and the rocks in Africa, they're just meant for climbing. They are built for climbing. So, yeah, hopefully we get some positive news. We've been speaking for a while. So especially when you've been speaking to a brand for a while, it can start to feel like, is anything gonna happen? What is happening? Are we just talking? We talk, but hopefully we start to see stuff mature and we actually gain, we actually get a chance to film and document this. So yeah, it'd be really sick. Really sick. All right, I'm talking bare. Let me fingerboard. I got a friend who's so strong. He's like 90 kg and can do one arms. And I'm like 77 kg. I haven't weighed myself in a little while, actually. That's another thing about sort of cancelling your... Don't worry. He can do one arms. He can do one arms. I'm like, what is going on in this? And he's 90 kg. I need to get stronger. There is no excuse. This one arm, I have the goal, I've set the goal or the task of doing the one arm by the end of May, at least for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did ask this guy to turn on the volume for the music. Bada bing, bada boom. Two, 3, 4. What do I have planned for the rest of my day? So the rest of my day, I have a shift at a climbing wall. I started working at this climbing wall like maybe 5-6 weeks ago. It's Ravens Wall. I was there yesterday climbing. And it's cool. Logic, my thinking behind working at a climbing wall is that I potentially want to own a climbing wall. And yes, I've been doing tons of community work. I think it'd be really cool to get like an operational knowledge of how a climbing wall runs, from just like cleaning holes to customer service to suppliers, working with suppliers and stuff like that. So I thought it would be a really cool idea to get some knowledge on the infrastructure of a climbing wall, and also get trained up as well. I want to be a more competent coach. I think I'm a great coach, but the opportunity to do more coaching would be great. And I think, like I said this to myself, like I've been doing climbing for the last 6 years. I'm running my community for the last 6 years. And I was like, I've always been hesitant to be like, do I really want to be a climbing coach? Do I want to be known as a climbing coach? And I still kind of deep down don't want to be. I kind of want to be known as like someone who's just an explorer and uses climbing as a tool to explore. But also at the same time, if you can, while you're still in this space, get as qualified as possible. So at least you can go, hey, I want to take this expedition to, I don't know, someplace in Angola. I have the tools to do so by myself without needing anyone to do so. And then hopefully I can inspire other people to join me on that journey. So this Jamaica trip, I'm really thinking, actually cool. Jamaica is one of the many countries in this world. I would love to go places in the rest of the Caribbean, in the rest of Africa, in Southeast Asia as well, and do these amazing retreats and tours around the world. And so therefore, if I want to do that on my own, I need to be as competent and as qualified as possible. And there's a freedom in being qualified as well. There's a freedom in being like, oh shit, I don't need no one to tell me X, Y, Z, or I don't need to bring this person on board because I know my stuff. So yeah, that's my goal. That's my goal.
With international spending, budgeting, and seamless transactions abroad, we can create content around how travelers can manage their finances easily while exploring new places. Let me know if this sounds interesting to you and if we can discuss it further. Cheers, Rotimi.
Okay, so I can do the one arm in the middle slot, but the middle slot, I don't even know how deep this is. It's basically like holding a jug. So it's like, yeah, it's I don't know the exact diameters. It's probably like 40, 50, I'm not sure, but it feels like holding a jug. This is the 20. This is where the meat is. Oh, okay. Okay, biggest progress so far. So I'm looking to the side because I put my friends on me. Biggest progress so far. That was like at least a second. At least a second. Don't play with me. Oh, yeah. By end of May, we'll be able to do 5. Calm. Alright, that was left, that was right hand. Oh. Left hand still needs a bit of work, which is natural. I'm not left-handed, I'm right-handed. Yeah, all right, cool, I'm proud of that. That was really good. I just had an idea that I just spoke to GPT about. So obviously we're going to Jamaica, and I've been trying to speak to so many different brands about trying to sponsor our trip. Speaking to brands like Ray Nephew, Fire to Coco, Photography Band. I was like, oh, what about a bank? Could we use this trip as an example to how you spend internationally on countries where people typically might not think to use their card in that country? I was like, oh, cool, that might be a cool idea. Let me see if I can speak to a friend who works at X, Y, Z. So I just spoke to ChatGPT to ask me how I could go about doing that, and it gave me a plan. Shout out to ChatGPT. I keep saying GBT instead of GPT. All right. I'm really proud of that one arm. That one arm is progress from like last week. If you see what this is, what? That's real progress. Oh man, I'm heavy. I'm 14 stone. I'm heavy. Not like these light climbers. That's another thing about Will Bosey. The guy was complaining that he's 68 kg. Fair enough, he's 5'9", I'm 5'11". And I think at his lowest, he was like 60 kg. But like, if you notice these pro climbers are light. They're light. I can't even complain, I'm 77 kg. Like, I'm light in relation. But like, man, if I went to 70, what I'd be doing now would be pale in comparison, especially if I have this 77 kg strength at 70 kg. Oh my dick. Boom. Y'all wouldn't even talk to me, bro. You couldn't even talk to me. I've got to be quick because I've actually got a call at 12 as well, so I've got to be quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I think we're done. Fingers are feeling warm. Haven't got a lot of time, so I'm gonna go do some automobile. I've done everything on this set, bar this yellow one, and obviously last time I came here I did the red one, and so I just feel like if I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna walk past it, I might as well try it and finish it. If I can finish it today, that'll be flipping amazing, but I got no hopes. And that's not because I'm being pessimistic. I just know that last hole's really challenging. So I have no plan of action. I have no idea what I could do differently that I've done before. If it happened, it is a miracle. And I'll be honest, it's a miracle. The last hole just seems very far when I get to that last position. I'm gonna see if I can potentially mantle. Mantle was basically doing like a dip on 2 opposing holds, but I honestly have no idea what I need to do differently. And if I somehow do it, I would not be able to articulate how I did it. It just happened. So yeah, good luck to me. How do you do this last move? You know what? I'm not gonna say it was the closest I felt doing it, but it didn't feel as impossible as previous attempts. I got just a bit of advice to not do this, but kind of press away from it. I guess potentially the reason why I do this is because I feel more comfortable and safe in this position, but I guess it doesn't allow me to push away as much. So give myself a 2-minute break and go again. Oh, I can't do this. I bloody can't do this. I can't do this. Jesus. And the last move is a jug as well. It's a jug, but how do you press up? Lord have mercy. I'm done. Alright, done. Just gonna try something else. You know what, we never really talk about like giving up. So much of like advertising and sport advertising is like built on the idea of pushing through, going all the way to your limits. But sometimes you just kind of need to know when to give up. And even though I'm not sort of advocating for giving up on trying on a climb, because you learn every time you try. But sometimes you just kind of need to know when to stop, pivot, and potentially move on. And I think I'm ready to move on from that yellow. I'm probably gonna say this and have a fresh mind tomorrow and be like, oh, actually tomorrow I'm gonna try the yellow again because I've got a fresh perspective. But right now, I am moving on. I'm gonna try some new climbs on this set right here. Goes all the way up here. I can't even get all the way to the top. There's the top. Some of the climbs on this are here. So we have the yellow, which is a 5, Smarty 6A, Mint 6B, Green 6B, White 6B, Pink 6C plus, and purple is a 7B, which I don't think I've done a 7B. Have I done a 7A plus? No, I've done a 7A for sure. I don't think I've done a 7A plus or a 7B. So, am I looking to try that first off the bat, or am I looking to try the Pink 6C, which looks hella challenging? Sketchy. All right, breathe. Whew. Okay. No learning takes place when you're on the ground. You have to get on the wall. I wish I could watch that back straight away. That was a real effort. Okay. High point. High point. Whew. High point. Much better. Much better. Much better. Much better. Learning only comes from doing. Well, you can learn vicariously, but learning really only comes from doing. That was much better. I felt a lot more confident, more assured. There's always a difference between when you do stuff the first time, your flash attempt, and then the second time when your body's like aware of the body positionings, and you're aware of the hold types. Still kind of scary, but I reckon I'll be able to do this. If not tomorrow or the day afterwards, we'll see. That felt really good. Got to a new high point. Probably just need to watch it back to see what I could do differently with my feet. But actually kind of felt chilled. When I was relaxed, more relaxed, I felt more at ease and more calm, and it felt really chilled. So I haven't got time. 11:34, I'm gonna move on to the power board room because I got my meet. You know what time it is when you see this section, right? All right, cool. I literally have 20 minutes because it is 11:41, so 49 minutes. I shouldn't be talking too long. I'm gonna try the purple one, which I tried, I think on Tuesday, and see if I can make any progress on it. It's really hard. It's ranked 18 on the power board block, and yeah, very crimpy. It's kind of my style, but requires a lot of strength to push through. But the thing about climbing is about trying, and I'm a big trier, so yeah, let's get to it. This is a bit of fun tricky. Cool, I think I may need to put a foot on the starting hold. So something like that maybe. That's still very tricky. Yeah. Good attempt. I felt really strong on that 60. This is the previous problem I just did. I felt really strong on a 6C plus. The last bit just looked a bit techy, but now reminiscing and thinking what I could have done, I feel like I did really well, and I feel like if I try it again, I should be able to get that in the next like 2 to 3 attempts. I felt really strong. That was good. Anyway, back to this one. Even if I do that move, the rest of it is just as difficult and challenging. And at this point, any progress will feel like I've completed the climb. Just small, just like incremental, just a monicum of progress will make me feel like I've completed this climb. I think I'm just gonna stick to that bit and see if I could just, when I say that bit, the undercling match, and see if I can move on from there. I've got 8 minutes, less than 5. What do I do differently? What if I just go straight to it and see if I can match? That doesn't sound too bad of an idea. Oh, that's a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea. I'm not, oh gosh, you've got to be even stronger to hold that position. It's meant for the left hand. Then if I was strong enough to do that with the right hand, I should be strong enough to do it with the left hand. Come on. I said this before, that sometimes climbing is boring. It's not spectacular. It's about figuring out what you need to do and chipping away. Chipping away. Chipping away at ideas, chipping away at skin. Just chipping away, man. Come on. Where would I put my feet? Here we go. Probably look to go to there. Strong. Strong. Foot swap here. Oh man, that's so far. Okay. Man, that's so far. I potentially need to match on this to go and bump to that hold. That is so far. Such a humbling sport. What other sport makes you feel two opposing emotions at the same time? The sense of excitement, but the sense of dread. And you're like, oh my days, am I ever going to be able to make this move? But at the same time, you're excited at the prospect of growth. And really and truly, to be a climber, you need to have a growth mindset. And the growth mindset speaks to the idea of you believe in the possibility that you can get better. Simple as. If you don't have that mindset, you're never going to try. I believe I can do this one day, even though my reality right now is not saying that I can do this. Oh, I got 3 minutes. All right. One last attempt from the bottom, even though it makes no sense because okay, I'm gonna just try that again. I'm gonna try that sequence again. So I got it. So if I'm here, hold on, foot on, bump, cool, relax, chill, foot swap, bump. Oh, that was a lot better. That was like a rose thing, just kind of, yeah, boy. All right, cool. And if I wasn't nervous about potentially scratching myself, I would have been able to hold on to that. That didn't feel like I needed more strength, it just felt like I just need more momentum, which I can generate. All right, cool, that felt good. That felt really positive. 1, 2. Yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna end it there. Gang, thank you for following me on my daily vlogs, listening to me ramble about life, climbing, and everything in between. Yeah, this is a wrap. See you tomorrow.